sold it right there. Have you ever sat there doom scrolling, sucking in the endless void of food content, and thought to yourself, these people might actually be phonies? And does any of this food actually taste good? Liars, swindlers, buffoons, snake oil salesmen, and car dealership chefs. Now, food made for content, more often than not, never tastes as good as it looks. And this is coming from a food content creator. Trust me, we're all liars. Now that's honesty, baby. And I would know, because today, I'm gonna prove it. Today, I'm setting the goal to be as honest as I ever have been with you guys. And I've decided the best way to do this is to break down some of the most infamous TikTok slop on the platform. I've grabbed 3 of the most viral TikToks I could find. I'll review them, and then I'll recreate them. And if these recipes suck, I'm gonna fix them. On top of that, I'll be scoring things out of 5 here, so you know exactly where I stand on all of these. All right, with all that out of the way, let's see what Chef Xiaozi Chu, that's the CEO of TikTok, has in store for us.
Did you know you can use a cucumber to make a pan nonstick? Try it out for yourself.
Okay, so this one's really hot off the TikTok press right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. Pop quiz, class. What are the primary ingredients in a cucumber? I'll give you a hint. Oil is not one of them. In fact, oil hates the main thing in a cucumber. Cucumbers are made out of 90% water. Now, water and oil do not mix at all. And she probably knows this, and that's what makes this one especially snake oil. And to those of you trying this at home, you're not bad at cooking. This literally just doesn't work. So why does her egg come so cleanly off the pan? Dude, that's a f***ing Teflon pan, what are you talking about? It's a non-stick pan! So I'm setting out to put this theory to bed completely. So I rubbed my pan with a cucumber, it was useless and straight nonsense. Super pain in the ass to clean. Now, I tried it with a pan that was really hot, and that was just instant cremation. Now, a pan that was too cold, that sticks worse than my student debt. And yes, government, I do plan on paying that off. So here's what you do if you actually want to make it non-stick. First things first, crank it to high. Splash a little bit of water, not a f***ing cucumber! If that water beads up into like mercury kind of balls, drop it to low. Add a little bit of oil or Pam, not a lot, just enough. That's good. Now I wish there was some kind of magic secret ingredient that worked here, but there really isn't. Now look, my egg's sliding around like butter. Wow, it was amazing. Who would have thought? And so that's how you cook a proper egg, pretty much. The only reason, and I mean only reason, her pan works is, look at the screws here. Now in all my years of cooking, I have never seen a pan with screws so clean, unless it was a brand new, out of the box, non-stick pan. But let's be real, why would anyone lie for a video? Well, for clout, obviously. And hey, I get it. I dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog and walked downtown and tried to get reactions out of people. But hey, at least I didn't lie. Yeah, this first TikTok gets a 0 out of 5. If you look at the egg right here, it's scrambled egg. But if you saw the pan, you would know. I was scrubbing that for like at least 5 minutes. I have a lot of shit to clean up. So let's just see if this next one is just as bad as this one.
So I'm gonna see what this cloud bread is all about.
2-ingredient, 0-carb cloud bread that resembles Basque cheesecake. Let's go. To a bowl or stand mixer, add water and egg white powder. Egg white powder or just dry
egg whites. Whip it until stiff.
Cloud bread. Looking at this here, does this look like good food to you?
Today I'm going to show you how to make cloud bread.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. Right? Maybe I've lost it. Maybe I've lost the plot. Now look, I'm not a nutritionist, so this dish is made to be low carb, which means it's all part of the plot that skinny people have to hunt you down and kill you. Now, the original TikTok has gone missing, but I found a source stating exactly who made this, and it's Linkwa. Linkwana. So we don't have a ton to go off of, but we do have a ton of people clout chasing like I am right now, doing their own renditions. So that's a win, I guess. So let's see this recipe.
Today we're making TikTok's famous cloud bread. Start by separating 3 eggs. Place just the whites into a mixing bowl. Whip them until they become frothy. Add in 30 grams of sugar, which is about 2.5 tablespoons. Once combined, add in 10 grams of cornstarch, which is about 1 tablespoon. I also added some vanilla and blue food coloring just because it adds a great flavor and a really cool color. Here's the big reveal, TikTok cloud bread. It tasted really good, kind of like meringue.
So it's kind of like angel food cake, a recipe for angel food cake, but without the flour. Influencers who love low-carb food, aka plain bad food, really just love to ruin everything that's kind of good and tasty, right? Like I feel like that's what their job is at this point. Cornstarch is really doing the heavy lifting here in this. Otherwise, it's pretty much just a meringue, and like all chefs, I fucking hate meringue! I hate it! But let's be honest here, this isn't bread. If you got this in a sandwich at a restaurant, you'd be pissed off. This is almost like if I went to a bar with a horse mask on, the bouncer would know I'm not a horse. The bouncer would know that. For those who didn't realize, I'm the bouncer and the horse in that story. Okay, but now we actually need to make this bread. Alright, let's do it. Now, I've never been one for actually following recipes. I generally like to take my own spin on things. And that's led to me getting yelled at by many chefs over the years, so if you see me doing something wrong here, act like a chef. Please attack me in the comments. The actual cooking process for this whole thing took over an hour, so if you'd like to see a whittled down version of this whole thing, the longer cut is available free on Patreon, and the link for that is just in the description right below here. I'm just gonna let that cool off, and then, yeah, we'll taste it. I'm gonna try and make it into a sandwich, I think. All right, so this is, I let this cool off for about 10 minutes here, so usually this is the best time to eat bread, in my opinion, because the top has cooled off. And because usually the top is cooled off and it becomes crispy and whatever. If you look inside of this thing here, it's full of bubbles, so it's fluffy, it's puffy, but man, is this shit ever sticky. So I'm gonna try and make a sandwich out of this. Peanut butter and jelly, my favorite. Here, let's do a bite without sandwich. Ugh, shocking enough. It just tastes like eggs. Ugh! It's jam time. Like, it's falling apart. Here we go, let's try it. No! Ugh. This is not bread. This was a lot of work. So I devoted an hour to this. Now this one gets a firm 2 out of 5. Now originally I was gonna show you my fix right here. I had it all planned out. I was gonna do a red, blue, and lemon flavored bread, but things went a little bit sideways. So yeah, we're gonna put a pin in that for now. We'll come back to it once I emotionally recover. Let's move on to something that's hopefully less trauma-inducing for me.
People are freezing honey and then they're squirting a large amount into their mouths. You say, whoop-de-doo. Well, by eating large quantities, doctors say it has the potential to cause major gastrointestinal distress, like you know what I'm talking about.
Have you ever heard of the term collective mania? It's like 1518 Strasbourg, when 400 people danced themselves to death thinking it would cure the plague. Except today we're sucking down honey from plastic tubes and being really, really, really annoying about it. Look, at least the people from 1518 had an excuse. They were all suffering from medieval brainworms. I don't know what ours is, really, at this point. And this really wasn't just one creator either. Like, okay, I get it. You want a frozen treat, right? So you freeze a bottle of honey. Bro, just eat ice cream. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop, please. Honey isn't really cheap either. This really, really, really fucked over the restaurant industry, from what I can remember. Like, prices of honey due to demand, skyrocket. I needed that! Give it to me! I want it. So I guess there isn't really a direct swindler here. Hey? We're all bad. Woo! Now before I go and discredit everything that I just said here by going to make this, I want to note, this is pretty bad for you. I expect to experience severe stomach pains after this just because it's so much sugar. So yeah, try this at your own risk, I guess. Alright, so what I found out here through my research is that you really just needed to buy the bear honey, the honey with the bear on it. Combine that with a little bit of cornstarch, throw it into a water bottle, and freeze it. So that's literally what I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna do that and see if it works. Alright, just like that. Okay, then we'll add in our corn syrup. It's like the same shit. So now comes the worst part of this, which is getting it into the bottle. Regular old mill water bottle here. Alright, sure. Oh my god, I can't stop! Ah! try this again. Let's do it again. We're gonna go slower. Slowly. Slowly but surely, we're getting it all in there. Honey in a bottle? Freezing time. Just like that. Gritty. I'm trying to do the gritty. Alright, it's been 2 hours of this honey being in the freezer. So let's see how it is, I guess. Not high hopes. Yeah. It's fine. It's just honey from a tube. It's cold. Ugh. I don't waste food. I'm not one of those losers. The bottle of honey gets like below 0. If that's possible. That was terrible. Alright, so yeah, we're officially cooking now. I didn't want this video just to be me trash talking these TikToks. I wanted to prove, if anything, that I'm slightly better than these snake oil salesmen on TikTok. But you'll see soon, not everything went exactly to plan. Alright everybody, this is how you improve this like honey tube kind of thing, okay? I've thought hard about this, okay? So here we go. Start by combining 1 cup of water and 1 bag of herbal tea into a small pot. This will help infuse our jelly with a little bit more flavor, introducing some more floral notes to this honey mess. We'll add 1 teaspoon of salt to balance the sweetness. Add and mix in 200 grams of honey with 40 grams of corn syrup. Then we'll boil it till the volume is about 300 milliliters. All the water should be relatively boiled away, leaving some beautiful darkened honey. And I cannot stress this enough, let this cool off before you pour it into your water bottle. I cooled mine off for about 10 minutes there, but it still wasn't really enough. So just keep that in mind. While that stuff was freezing, I tried to film the cloud bread fix. It went horribly. I crashed out, my mic died nearly halfway through, and I accidentally smudged the camera lens with butter. So if things look a little off here, just stick with me. Don't judge me until you actually watch the full thing. Alright, so here's my rendition of the frozen honey TikTok trend. It has herbal tea in there, there's a lot more flavor, like there's added salt. You're getting a lot more than just a tube of honey in your mouth, you know? There's flavor going on here, at least. Alright, so bottoms up. It tastes like rosy sweet honey. So, this is not a fix. Yeah, I think I gave the honey more than a 0, like a -1. Yeah, this gets a 1. This gets a 1 out of 5. Here, you guys want to taste? You can try it. Here you go. Here you go, here's the honey. Take it, my baby. Now it's time for the new and improved cloud bread. We'll start by setting out 3 bowls on my countertop. Each one gets 1 egg white, 1 gram of salt, and 10 grams of cornstarch, along with 5 grams of powdered sugar. Now comes the hard part, and the part that I fucked up twice. In the first bowl, add 2 drops of blue food coloring and 1 gram of vanilla extract. In the middle bowl, 1 drop of red food coloring, a dash of cinnamon, and a pinch of allspice. Now for the final bowl, 1 drop of yellow food coloring, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and lemon zest. Here's where the fuck up happened. Normally what you're supposed to do is whip these until they have stiff peaks, just like we did in the original recipe. And I tried. For 15 straight minutes, I tried, and it just wasn't happening. I almost don't want to do this. So I crashed out, I took out my f***ing blender, and I tried to do it in there, it just didn't work, and it wasn't working out for me. Into the blender you go. Come on! Yeah! Damn it! Go! So I took a breather. Now regardless of what... This sounds like an apology video. Now look, I'm gonna give this one more fair try. I'm not done yet. Shockingly, the red and the blue whip perfectly. I don't know why the lemon one just refused to behave. I still don't know why. If somebody has an idea, shoot me a comment on that one, because I'm really curious. After that, I placed the whipped mixtures into a baking tray and molded them to be the thickness of 2 slices of bread. Now that that was done, I preheated my oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I brushed the top with a little bit of melted butter, and I baked for around 25 minutes. After that, I let it cool for about 10 minutes. And in that meantime, I decided to get ready for the tasting. But little did I know, my mic wasn't working at all. Alright, so here's the full audio screw up in its full glory. Don't worry, I eventually figured it out. God damn it. Yeah, the mic wasn't working for half of that, sorry. That's my bad, I should have checked that. Okay, so breaking this down, spreadability, that's a point. Foldability into like an actual bread, as you can see here, that's a bread. That's a point. It is good. It is good. I'm gonna finish this. That gets a clean plate from me. I'm gonna clean this plate. Yeah, it's not sticking anymore to my hand, so these are just wins across the board. So yeah, this one gets a solid 4 out of 5 from me. Now, I just have one last thing to say, if you don't mind. Just a short story. About a year ago, I worked under a chef who built his entire menu off of TikTok recipes. There was a lot of testing, but there was no heart in the food. It was just food picked by an algorithm. It was made to look good, but it didn't really taste like anything. And I saw what that did to the team. I also saw what it did to the food. Food isn't supposed to be a performance. And that's what I feel TikTok has kind of done to it. Food, number one, above all else, is supposed to keep you alive. And two, maybe in some weird way, it's supposed to keep your mental health alive too. Comfort. A way to say, I care about you. A way to say, I tried. And a way to screw up over and over and over again. At least those are my fundamentals. Now, look, I might never be a perfect chef, but I can always promise I always give it real heart. And that's a hell of a lot more than what you'll find in a 45-second mac and cheese mashup video. Anyway, I guess what I'm really trying to say is, maybe TikTok didn't ruin the food? It just made it a lot easier to see all the chefs that I fundamentally just disagree with. Stay cursed, bitches.